Join with me for a 15-minute meditation and allow the words that I speak to be the words of your own heart. As I relax and breathe into this moment, the full awareness of the oneness with Spirit is right here with me. I know there is only one source, nearer than my hands and feet. It is every aspect of me, and yet it is so much more. It is the source of everything. It is ever unfolding. It is all goodness, grace, and love. It is pure potentiality. It is all wisdom. And it is from this place that I am so thankful. I give constant thanks, for I know the best is yet to come. And yet I am living my best life ever right now. Day after day, I feel Spirit at one with me, and all my good and perfect gifts are available to me in this moment. I am surrounded by all the best in life. So I open my eyes and I choose to see my wonderful life. And I realize how amazingly blessed I am. I choose to see the positive aspects of my life today. I choose to focus on that which I want to see grow. I cease concentrating on the negative things in my life, and I concentrate on the wonderful things, for I know they are coming into reality. As I concentrate on the wonders and beauty and the grateful things in my life, even more is drawn to me. That is my point of power. I see the miracles of life, and I realize that I am part of all that is, and that I live and move and have my being within this amazing field of pure potentiality that I call God. I make a habit today of approaching life with the right mind, with the right thoughts. I am joyous. I am expectant. I have absolute faith that only the very best is for me. Over and over again, I hear the still small voice that says, I want only the best for you. So today I choose to allow only the best. I choose to be number one. I deserve it. I am worthy. Today I choose to think in a wholehearted way rather than a half-hearted way. I choose a new way of being and thinking. I know that Spirit wants all the best that I could ever possibly hold and have. So today I allow it. Today I have learned to put first things first in my life. All the very best is mine now. I know that as I do this, I give others the permission to do it as well. I choose to leave worrying for others. I know the how is up to Spirit. I know that God can. So I choose to accept and allow and have faith. I know where my faith and belief is. It is in my oneness with Spirit. It is in the knowledge that Spirit is all there is. I know my security lies in the supportive, loving embrace of the universe. Today I choose to get my values straight. Today I use meditation to see clearly how I am supported by the universe. Today I find the perfect balance in life. I raise my consciousness to greater heights. I live a wonderful life every day, connected to Spirit, in the flow. I know the kingdom of heaven is within me. It is waiting for me to recognize it. I know this to be true. I believe it. I see it in my everyday life. I know the kingdom of heaven is a state of mind. I know it is within me. I choose to open myself up to see even more of how I am connected, how my life can be heaven today. I know I can bring about anything I really desire. My every desire is of the very highest and best for me. And I know that what is good for me also benefits everyone else. I choose the desires that are the highest and best for everyone concerned. Every day I learn to control and discipline my thinking. I know that I have achieved a lot already, and I am a student of life. I continue to get better and better in my thinking. I choose to move forward with a clear intention to persevere and to be patient. I celebrate my successes. I know that every day, a little bit more, I am able to control and discipline my every thought, word, and deed. And I bring about the most wonderful results in my life. I am working with the law of the universe. I am in the flow. I am a walking miracle, or as I like to say, a walking natural. Today I have a deep desire to make it work. I have the faith and belief that it can work. And I have a definite vision in my consciousness. I see it working out step by step. And then I release it to Spirit to bring it to me in my highest and best. I start right now to do everything that has to be done, and I have the right attitude, and I see what happens. I see everything working out in true perfection, and I always give thanks. I know that gratitude keeps the door wide open. I know that gratitude enables more and more to work out in my life. My life is filled with joy. I know the universe always says yes to me. I count my blessings every day. I know how amazingly blessed I am, and I give thanks. I know that gratitude works like magic in my life. I have seen the transformation in my life and continue to see it every day. I know that life is indeed what I make it. And because of this, my whole attitude is always looking for the best in every situation. I am a real optimist. I am a realist. I have proved it for myself, and I expect the very best in everything I undertake. I know that I can do it perfectly, for what is mine to do is always in front of me for me to choose it. So today I look at my life and see where I need to change. Now I am willing to change. I'm willing to change my thinking, my behavior, my attitudes, to allow for my best life to unfold. I learn to change, and I change quickly. I choose to move forward with clear intention. And I know that every change is indeed for the very best. So I relax and I let go, and I let Spirit take over. For I know that I am in the flow of the universe. I know that it is already done, and so it is.
I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God.
We're all in this life together, living a mystery. Our days are touched by joy, touched by pain, asking why, longing for meaning, searching for hope, searching for who I've come here to be. We all need a prayer. Our hearts are yearning for the truth. When we feel alone, when we can't find our way, the answers are right here. We stand before an open door. We all need a prayer to remind us who we are. Somehow we keep forgetting, lost in the shadows, holding broken hearts, broken dreams. Love is there, grace in the presence, standing in truth, standing in power, one with the one. We all need a prayer. Our hearts are yearning for the truth. When we feel alone, when we can't find our way, the answers are right here. We stand before an open door. We all need a prayer to remind us who we are. Open now. answers are all here. You stand before an open door. We all need a prayer to remind us who we are.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. That's right. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Let me share the good that's overflowing. And let me care for those around the world. Let me care for those around the world. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Let me share a little kinder. Let me talk each day a little. Oh, oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy
You could go ahead and tiptoe through your life, digging in the dirt. You could stress on the strife, but I'm gonna fly past the worry and the pain today. I'm flying on faith, flying on faith. I'm flying on faith, faith. You could cry all night about the things that you hate, so dissatisfied in so many ways, but I'm gonna find a way to celebrate today. I'm flying on faith, I'm flying on faith, Picked up my baggage and I threw it out the door. Not looking back, because the past is such a bore. I'm gonna stand with the moon, with the stars up in my face today. I'm flying on faith, I'm flying on faith. You could hurry full of worry, let the fear take you out. Imagining the worst overcome with doubt. There's no way to know, knowing is the only way today. Today, I'm flying on faith, I'm flying on faith. Picked up my baggage and I threw it out the door. Not looking back, because the past is such a bore. I'm gonna stand with the moon, with stars up in my face today. I'm flying on faith, I'm flying on faith, You could go ahead and tiptoe through your life, digging in the dirt. You can stress on the strife, but I'm gonna fly past the worry and the pain today. I'm flying on faith.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Hamilton, and welcome to all of you who are joining us online. I haven't said hello to York Region for a while, but we think of you every Sunday. If you're thinking it's strange that I'm here, it is strange that I'm here on the first Sunday of the month. I am your presider, Marcia Daly, but we will do wonderful things together today. 10% of all we receive goes back out into our community to bless and serve, and we are serving this quarter Food for Kids and Unit Canada. And I have an announcement. Next Sunday, April 13th, is our AGM. and we will have lunch served at 11:30, and then the meeting will start after that. So looking forward to having all our members join us. So let's start our service with Morning Has Broken, written by Cat Stevens and performed for us by Emilio.
Could all sing this together? Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world.
Oops.
I was gonna do
We have a little oops going on. There we go. Okay. Opening prayer. I'm Reverend Anna Hokangas, and let's pray for wonderful, smooth technology, knowing that it is already done. Oh, join with me in consciousness, knowing that everything is God. Everything is the source. Everything is the creator. It is the seen, the unseen, the possibilities, the oopses, and the yahoos. And I know that I create my life in every way. And so as I relax into this moment, I recognize that it is my thoughts that guide me, that create the reality that I experience. And so today I choose good ones, positive ones. I choose to be kind and gentle with myself and with all of life. I choose to be grateful for everything, including the oopses and the yahoos. So I let go and I let it be so. Please join with me in affirming. And so it is. And perhaps I'll ask Emilio to go in the office and find out what's going on with our PowerPoint. They're working on it. So for those of you at home, continue to hold us in the light. Shall we have a chat, Emilio?
Sure.
There we go.
Oh, yay.
Okay. I release the pack.
These are all old school stuff. I release the past and allow the healing power of love into my life. I release the past and allow the healing power of love into my life. The past is real, so is what we feel. Oh, and we can't deny it. But what we feel can be healed, and the future is ours to reveal. All we've got to do is try it, put it to the test. Open up our hearts and let spirit do the rest. I release the past and allow the healing power of love into my life. I release the past and allow the healing power of love into my life. Each and every day, there's some things that won't go our way. There's nothing we can do about it, but we don't have to be in pain, just like the technology, and we don't have to hide it away. We really can live without it. Put it to the test. Open up our hearts and let spirit do the rest. I release the past and allow the healing power of love into my life. I release the past and allow the healing power of love into my life. It's too late to start, 'cause we've already been dealt the cards. Ooh, and we can't undo it. You know, we're precious children of God, and although it may sometimes seem hard, He always leads us some way through it. Put it to the test. Open our hearts and let spirit do the rest. I release the past and allow the healing power of love into my life. I release the past and allow the healing power of love into my life.
The Absolute Word is written by Reverend Paul Hasselbeck, and the word for today is prosperity. The affirmation says, I claim my prosperity now. The principle of abundance is my primary resource for claiming and creating prosperous thoughts and feelings. I begin by focusing my thoughts and feelings on all the bountiful evidence of the prosperity of my life. I feel grateful. My gratitude makes it easier to notice more prosperity around me. As I focus on my prosperity consciousness grows. I tend to my prosperity thoughts and feelings as though they are flowers in my garden. I plant seed ideas of abundance in the soil of my consciousness and nurture them with imagination. My ideas of prosperity take root, grow, and mature, anchored in the principle of abundance, and feeling grateful for all my rich experiences of life, love, health, and joy, I boldly and enthusiastically create more abundance and more prosperous ideas and act on them.
It's okay. I am new today. I am new this moment, and I thank you, God, for everything behind me. I am new today. I am new today. I am new this moment, and I thank you, God, for everything behind me. I am new today. I am new this moment, and I thank you, God, for everything behind me. I am new today. I am new. So I thank God for everything behind me, and I thank God for everything before me. Let's do it. I am new today. I am new this moment, and I thank you, God, for everything before me. I am new today. I am new this moment, and I thank you, God, for everything before me. I am new today. I am new. So I thank God for everything behind me and before me. And now I thank God for everything within me. Here we go. I am new today. I am new this moment, and I thank you, God, for everything within me. I am new today. I am new this moment, and I thank you, God, for everything within me. I am new today. I am new today. I am new. I am new.
I said to Emilio as he was starting to sing the song, guess what our topic is today? Mistakes are the soil for possibilities. So, of course, things are going to go oopsie doopsie. You know, that's just the way it works for me and for all of us. Whatever we focus on grows. And so, focusing on mistakes means that there are going to be an oodle amount of them. So that's supposed to come a little quicker. That was rather slow. You're either getting better, getting worse. No one stays the same. And I would like to think that I'm getting better and better in every moment. Would you? Let's say that together. I'm getting better and better in every moment. Your mistakes don't define who you are. It's what you do after you've made mistakes that makes all the difference. But I'd like to go to the fundamentals of this. What is a mistake? Like, I was really thinking about that. And as a spiritual being who's done a lot of study and work and really attempt to live my life as a spiritual being guided by spirit, then there really are no mistakes. Everything is an opportunity for me to see what I've been choosing, or what I've been thinking, or how I've been behaving, and even expecting. And so, are they mistakes, or are they opportunities? It's a good question, isn't it? Like, did you live in a world where mistakes were wrong? As in, like, if you didn't do things the way that they were supposed to be done, it was considered a mistake. I know that my dad was an immigrant from Finland. And when he came here, he was in his 20s, and he didn't know how to be a carpenter or any of that kind of work. And that was the only kind of work that was available. So he said he knew how to do it. And he learned through making a lot of mistakes because there was nobody to teach him. And I remember by the time I was in my 20s and he was working with me to build my first hair salon, he had me do things in really strange ways, like they weren't the ways that I figured carpenters would typically do things. But I came to understand that he had learned to overcompensate everything he did. So if you were supposed to put 1 nail in, he put 5, because he didn't know the engineering and the physics behind it. And he didn't want to make the mistakes he had made in the past. And so he corrected any mistakes that he perceived to be mistakes by overcompensating. And so if you come across someone these days who's overcompensating, it's probably because they've had some kind of a similar experience. And maybe that's even you. So something to think about. So we're going to look at reflecting on past experiences having to do with mistakes, nurturing dreams and aspirations, and how mistakes can actually encourage that, and prioritizing long-term soil health. And what I mean by that is the soil of your spirituality. Like, how can you prioritize being in a good space no matter what goes on? So failure isn't a roadblock, it's actually a portal to progress. And you've probably heard some version of that statement somewhere. And there was a story about a guy who worked at IBM, and he made a huge mistake at the computer company. And this was like 30 years ago, when they were just the big deal in the country. And he went to the president's office. He was called in, and he thought he was going to be fired for sure, because it cost them millions of dollars, the mistake he made. And the president said, "Oh no, I'm not firing you. We just spent millions of dollars on your education." And like, what a great attitude. So can you look at failure as an opportunity, as a learning experience? So true failure happens when you don't learn from your mistakes and keep repeating them. And I believe that's true. And there are some people we know, there's nobody in this room or watching at home that's like that, but there are people that we know that just seem to keep bumping their heads up against the wall over the same things. You know, the same relationships, the same money problems, the same whatever mistakes they make. And you wonder, how is that possible? I think that it's when you're not living deliberately, when you're not really thinking about, okay, how do I avoid that happening, or how do I rectify that situation, and being more cognizant of that. And I think most of us are there, right? But sometimes stuff happens, and I know I say to myself, how did I miss that? But I wasn't focused on it. And so I say to myself, and I invite you to do that too, Okay, well, now I will just broaden my focus so that I'm aware of that situation. So when you fail at something, remember that tomorrow is another day and approach it with curiosity. That's the secret of taking the sting out of failure. And that's the secret of being able to go on too. Because I don't know about you, but if I'm worried about making mistakes, I usually make even more, or I'm not looking forward to the thing that I'm about to do. And I would much rather embrace every day as though every day is new, right? I have a new opportunity, and let's see what it holds. So I'd like to look at apologies, and I found this and I thought it was really quite good. The 6 A's of a proper apology. Admit that I made a mistake. Do you know it took me a long time to admit I made a mistake? I had all kinds of justifications, but to admit that I had made a mistake, because I was kind of one of these people that didn't do my learning out in public. I learned it first and then went out in public. So if I made a mistake, it was like, wow, a big deal for me, because that was something I was trying to avoid like the plague. So I don't know if you can relate to that. But admitting I made a mistake is easier now. It's not super easy, but it's easier. How is it for you? And apologizing. I'm sorry for making the mistake. And maybe it's even just apologizing to yourself. How could I have missed that? And saying, oh, I'll do better next time. And acknowledging, I recognize where I went wrong that caused my mistake to occur. So what does that happen in your life around where you might have made a mistake or something went wrong? I remember the first time I cooked chicken curry. I bought one of these little spice packages, and it was a tiny little package, like, I don't know, 1 inch by 1 inch. And it was like condensed, almost like I don't know, it was condensed spices anyways. And I thought, well, the whole thing goes into the curry. And I put the whole thing in the curry. That was a mistake. And it was hot. Like, I think you were supposed to use maybe 1/10 of that block. So I never did that again. So a test. I plan to do the following to fix the mistake on this specific timeline. So I just never cooked curry again. I let Randy cook it. That was my attesting. I plan to let him cook. Assure. I will put the following protections in place to ensure that I do not make the same mistake again. So what protections might you put in place in some areas where you've made mistakes? Well, I have Randy. He's my protection. Buy a lot of yogurt, yeah, that's true. You'd need a whole gallon of it, I think, with the curry that I made. So abstain.
You don't repeat it.
No, I haven't repeated it. But that's almost like abstain, never repeat the same mistake again. Well, the only way I could really resolve that was to just never do it again. But again, it's a matter of being really aware, isn't it, of the things where you've fumbled or you've created a problem for yourself or for others, and to say, how can I not do that again? And to recognize that the people around you that are making mistakes are probably just not aware that they're making it, or maybe they're not aware of the consequences. And so I think part of our role as friends and colleagues is to say, do you realize the consequences of that? To help them be more aware, or to be supportive and say, how can I support you in perhaps learning this better, whatever it is that they're learning? So mistakes can be layered, like for instance, in trying to fix someone. Have you ever tried to fix someone or wish that you could? Trying to change our past. Boy, wouldn't that be lovely? And at the same time, isn't that like crazy making? Because how can you do that? Or looking at mistakes as failures. They really aren't. They are not failures. And looking at past experiences and trying to change them. I think that's a mistake. trying to change a past experience? Why not say, okay, that happened. This is who I am now. I am who I am now as a consequence of that. And it's all good. But I'd like to touch a little deeper on this trying to fix someone. Is anyone really broken? I mean, you hear people say, I'm broken, or that person's broken. But is anyone really broken? And can you fix anyone? Can anyone fix you? So why do we try to do it? I know in early relationships, and we were probably all there, we would wish that somebody was different than they were and try to change the way they are. Maybe you still do that. So have you ever suffered over not being able to get through to help someone? Yeah, I think a few ideas come to mind, don't they? That person has access to source energy. And if source can't get in, what makes you think that you can? You know, and the same thing happens with ourselves too, and that is thinking that we need to do it all ourselves and not asking for help. And I think that's what happens with individuals too, that we see that think that they, are doing okay, but they're really not, and we wish that we could give them some wisdom and they don't want to hear it. Well, we're the same way too. We don't want to hear the source within and the guidance within and follow it. And I often will stop and just say, okay, what am I missing here? And allow that still small voice to bubble up and give me some guidance. And sometimes it's pretty loud and sometimes it's pretty soft. It depends. It depends on how stubborn I'm being. But think about that the next time that you want someone to change, or you want to try and change them, or you want to try and fix them. And recognize that spirit is right where they are too. And what they're experiencing and what you're experiencing is exactly perfect in that moment, whatever that is. And also ask, how can I be supportive in this? And ask the wisdom within to give you those answers, because they're there. And maybe when you see someone suffering, you almost feel guilty because you're not. Have you ever noticed, and maybe you don't do this, but I think we all have a tendency at some point to do that, to lower ourselves to the vibrational level of where that person is, and somehow think we can lift them up by being down in the dumps with them. And I know I'm being exaggerating a little bit here about the down in the dumps, but the thing is that me sitting and crying and wailing about what you're crying and wailing about isn't going to get you anywhere, is it? Me being positive and supportive and reinforcing in a positive way about the fact that you have within you the ability to get yourself out of this is much better than me crying and wailing and gnashing my teeth with you, right? And yet we do that. And why do we do that? Because we want them to be our friend. We want to feel as though they think we care. But it's kind of a skewed way of caring. It's compassion, yes, but it doesn't help. Does that make sense? And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, because I mean, wouldn't you want somebody to cry with you if you're crying? Yeah, probably. But I think I'd like to be given the space and then know that that's a person I can go to that will help lift me up and see the light instead. Would you agree with that? And then to try accomplish empathy by adjusting your vibration to the same place of disconnect as theirs, which is basically what I said. Like when we get so empathic that we're vibrating so low, we don't even remember that God exists and there is possibilities. And then you've got no power to give them, but they like you better. And the most useful reflection is consideration and analysis of past thoughts and actions. And maybe it's that, having that conversation with them. So how did you get here? What is it that's really going on? How can I help you to move forward? And maybe those are questions you can ask yourself as well. How did I get here? What can I do now? Is wallowing in this solving it? Is worrying about this solving this? Is being angry about this solving this? Is telling the story to everyone who will listen solving this? And if not, what could I do instead? Reflection gives the brain an opportunity to pause amidst the chaos, to really sort through and think about our observations and experiences, and interpret our past to give new meaning for the future. And I mean, that's really what we do here at Unity, and that's what we encourage in spirituality, is to look at, okay, this has happened. My thoughts yesterday created this scenario today. So what thoughts do I choose to have today so that I have a better experience tomorrow? And you can only make those choices by reflection. So simply put, you will not grow from your experiences if you don't understand them. So avoiding them isn't going to make a difference. Looking at it kindly though, looking at it from a distance, bird's eye view, and saying, okay, A, B, and C happened and D was the consequence. So what can I do about that? Reflecting on the previous year is a good way to help you to review your thought patterns and then question yourself in a positive way. So think about this past year. What kind of year was it? Did you make a lot of mistakes? Do you have any regrets? Or did you handle it pretty well? Did you remember pretty quickly that Spirit is there and guiding? What was it like? A year ago today, what was going on with you? And what happened in your life in this past year? How do you feel about it? Have you grown? Are you happy? So here's some questions to start. Which areas of my life did I focus the most energy on? For me, it was two things. My health, because I had surgery, so I was healing, and my art. Art as meditation. So what did you focus most of your energy on this past year? Maybe it was a new dog. Or maybe it was a new home. Or maybe it was a new grandchild. What were some of the experiences that brought me the most joy? I love doing art every day, even if it doesn't turn out. I love the process. I don't care about the end result. And it's probably my greatest struggle when we do art classes here is to encourage individuals who come to let go of the end result and to just play with whatever the medium is. Who cares what it looks like? Get messy, get dirty. Just do something on the page or on the canvas. Have fun. Kibitz with each other. And I think I'm getting through to some, not to all. So what were my biggest struggles? Well, that was one of my struggles because I was trying to fix everybody. Be happy when you're doing art, because I am. Not everybody's happy when they're doing art because they expect to be Picasso in 2 minutes. Have you ever looked at Picasso's work? Yours is probably better. He just happens to be famous. And what did I learn from them? I guess for talking about the art classes, because that's what I've been talking about lately, is I learned that just being encouraging and just creating an environment where someone can blossom or choose not to blossom is okay with me. If you want to be pissed off at what you just did, knock yourself out. Or if you want to be okay with it, knock yourself out. I need to be okay with either one. So can you be okay with whatever happens, no matter what somebody else is doing? That's really the question. And what is something I want to leave behind? I think I touched on this a couple of weeks ago, and maybe you have something that's similar. But I went through most of my year of healing focused on the fact that I was healing, and it was really, really good. And then something shifted in my head, and I started being concerned about, okay, when's the other shoe going to drop? And I really literally needed to change my way of thinking to not be focused on, is something bad going to happen again? To everything always works out for me. And that whatever occurs, I can handle it because I'm walking hand in hand with Spirit. And it's all going to be good. So I'm going to leave behind the negative thinking and trust instead. So are you willing to do that? And what can I appreciate from the last year? I really learned that this body of mine is miraculous. And when it can't do something, then a surgeon can. And so God is in the surgeon too. And God is in the medicine, and God is in the glasses, and God is in everything. And so that's what I can appreciate. Because if you allow it, your good unfolds no matter what. So here's some ideas for nurturing dreams and aspirations. Adventure, travel and experiences. A few of you have been talking about going on some traveling adventures. We got ourselves a new car for us that hasn't arrived yet. It's coming next week. But we plan to do a 3-week trip to the East Coast. And we're going to do that in September, 2 weeks in September, 1 week in October. And it's going to be fabulous. So it's nurturing my dreams and aspirations. I get to eat lobster. I don't know if it's lobster season in September, but I'll eat something fishy. Randy won't, because he doesn't eat fish. How about service, like community service and contribution? Maybe what makes your heart sing is volunteering, and maybe it's in something that you really love. Like I was sharing a conversation today about someone who loves arts and dance and is involved in contribution. Or maybe health, physical, mental health, spiritual, and self-care. Maybe you'll take more time to get massaged the right way, or get your toenails painted pink. What do you think, Bruce?
Red ones.
Red ones? Okay. Or maybe it's, I don't know, splurging on that body lotion that you've always wanted to get but just didn't, because it makes you feel so good and smooth and smell delicious. And how about finance? Financial stability and personal economics. I started tithing when I started this spiritual journey, which means that 10% of anything that I get, I give back to my spiritual community and more. And I have never wanted for anything financial. If anything, I am in the happiest place financially that I've ever been in my life, and could never have imagined that trusting in Spirit and stepping into the flow of my finances by giving and receiving would make such a difference. But that was for me, and it makes my heart sing. So I give with abandon, because Spirit gives with abandon when I do. And in career, your work, your side hustles, your professional network, what makes your heart sing about that? And personal development, skills, brand, style, and appearance. I joked a couple of weeks ago about lipstick. As you can see, I'm wearing my red today because that's part of my self-care. So what's your self-care? Wearing your favorite colors, perhaps? Having a bath instead of a shower? being out in the forest and doing forest bathing? How about in relationships? Maybe what makes your heart sing is being with family or friends or a romantic relationship. And what about the environment and lifestyle? Your home and the way that you live. Is there a place in your home that you can call your sanctuary? Maybe it's just a little corner. Or maybe it's the whole house. So spiritual health and well-being is measured by the quality of relationships you have with yourself, with others, and the environment, with Source and infinite intelligence. So let's see where you're at with that. So think to yourself with these ones. Do you agree or disagree? I don't find much satisfaction in private prayer with God. Would you agree or disagree? I don't know who I am, where I came from, or where I'm going. Agree or disagree? I believe that God loves me and cares about me. I feel that life is a positive experience. I believe that God is impersonal and not interested in relationship daily situations. I feel unsettled about my future. I have a personally meaningful relationship with God. I feel very fulfilled and satisfied with life. I don't get much personal strength and support from my God. I feel a sense of well-being about the direction my life is headed in. I believe that God is concerned about my problems. I don't enjoy much about life. I don't have a personally satisfying relationship with God. How about I feel good about my future? Occasionally I'm shocked that I'm 67 or almost 67. And, future means something different today than it did when I was 20. But I feel good about my future. My relationship with God helps me not to feel lonely. Yeah. Agree or disagree? I feel that life is full of conflict and unhappiness. Depends if you watch the news too much or not. I feel most fulfilled when I'm in close communion with God. What does that mean? Life doesn't have much meaning. My relationship with God contributes to my sense of well-being. I believe there is some real purpose for my life. I have no idea what it is, but I do. So that's sort of evaluating where you are spiritually. And there are a lot of people that don't come here on Sundays or don't watch our services that would agree to some of the things that you would disagree with, like life isn't good and all of that. And that's okay. But I think that I'm happier because I align myself with this greater love that is life. And spiritual health shows up in these 5 qualities: joy, gratitude, courage, connection, and trust. And I'm joyful a lot of the time. Someone talked about having coffee, loving coffee. The smell of coffee brewing in the morning is like one of the best things ever, even if the sun isn't up yet. Gratitude. I'm so grateful for so much in my life. Courage. The only reason I have courage is because I trust that if I'm led to do something, that it's going to turn out. Connection. I don't know how many of you have traveled around as much as I have. Maybe you've traveled more. But there is something to be said for knowing that you can make a connection with anyone, anywhere, anytime, no matter where you are, even if you don't know them. I have lived in places where I knew no one, and I have some of the best friends there now, including here. I never came from here. And I remember when I was living in Winnipeg, and I was only there for 4.5 years. And by the year 4, people were saying, oh, do you remember when the Toronto Dominion Bank was on such and such a corner like 35 years ago? Because they thought that I had been there that long too, because I made my connections. And you can too. So if you're feeling disconnected, you can change that. And trust. I trust that everything's going to be okay. But I'm also not afraid of dying. And I trust that if I'm going to go, I'm going to go. And that's okay too. But I trust that if I'm going to be here, I'm going to be here. So do you trust? Developing a purpose in life. Gosh, that was a big question for me for many, many years. What's my purpose? And when I found out it was just to be me, that was almost like a lunch bag letdown. What do you mean? Because I was really trying to be what everybody wanted me to be. And to be me ended up being like quite a learning curve to let go of saying what I think people wanted me to say and saying what I really thought. So where are you in that, in being you, in truly being you? Having the ability to spend reflective time alone. I know people who can't stand to be alone because then they're just with themselves. I love being alone, but I also love being with people. How about you? Taking time to reflect on the meaning of events in life. When you take spiritual courses, this is often a big part of taking spiritual courses, is reflecting on how everything has brought you to this moment. And that everything that brought you to this moment is just perfect. And that's the meaning of it. Having a clear sense of right or wrong and acting accordingly. And you know, the only thing that gets in the way of a clear sense of right or wrong is if you're worried about what someone else thinks and you let it get in the way of what is right or wrong for you. Because maybe you're worried about them not liking you or repercussions or alienation. I stand so much more firmly, and maybe it's also my age, my wisdom, my experience to this point, but I'm willing to say when I think something's wrong. And I'm willing to say, yahoo, that was really great. That was right. Because both are equally as important. How about having the ability to explain why you believe what you believe? So if I say to you, do you believe in God? And you nod yes, or you say yes, could you tell me why you believe that? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Maybe you can't do it in 2 minutes. Maybe you need to think about it. But I think that you have an answer. Would you say yes? Would you have an answer? Caring and acting for the welfare of others and the environment. Being able to practice forgiveness and compassion in life. You know, I think one of the best things they did for high school students was to require them to do a certain amount of volunteer work, because that was not built into the curriculum when I was going to school. The idea of doing things for others was not something that I was taught when I was growing up. I think it's important to even do more of that. And about forgiving and having compassion. I think I learned that along the way. Compassion is understanding without joining the vibration, is being so aligned with who you are that you are able to be with someone while maintaining your alignment. That's what Jesus was doing. So you think about the stories you've heard of Jesus and the terrible, terrible situations that he found people in, including death. And that he did not wail and gnash his teeth and go negative there with them. What he saw was the truth. He saw the truth that spirit is within them just like it is within him. And that's why all those healings occurred. And so how can you be more like that? So when you see people struggling, how can you be like Jesus in that situation? How can you be truly a spiritual being in that situation? And maybe it'll take practice, asking yourself, what can I do to elevate this situation, at least not make it worse? So spirituality allows you to find the inner calm and peace needed to get through whatever life brings, no matter what your beliefs are or where you are on your spiritual journey. The human spirit is often most neglected aspect of ourselves. We exercise our body. I suggest that you exercise your spirituality too. So we looked at the past, we looked at mistakes, we looked at our dreams and our spiritual soil. So where are you? And can you get out of the way? We had to do statistics for our AGM, and Eddie Watkins Jr. is the most sung that we do here. Yes. Something like 50% of our songs are Eddie Watkins because he's so uplifting.
Yes. Oh, good. I'm back. Running around fixing this and that, giving it to God and then taking it back. Just release and let it go. You don't even have to think about it no more. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let God do his thing. You look like the weight of the world's on your back. Just take a deep breath and cut yourself some slack. All that drama ain't good for you. You couldn't change what is if you wanted to. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let God do his thing. Gonna shine and the river's gonna flow. The tide's gonna rise without your say-so. The universe is working and the good is flowing. You don't plan to see it, dig it up and see if it's growing. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let God do his thing.
Special time when we need to know what are you taking away with you. Our go-to guy, Bruce. We're counting on you, Bruce.
Okay, I was in hospital last year, and I had a new nurse come in, right? And I expressed to her that I needed something personally done. And so she never came back, right? I'm kind of flustered that happened. Then I saw her, who I thought was the same person again, and I said, ma'am, excuse me, if you thought I was looking for a cheap thrill because it was Saturday night, I wasn't. And it was the wrong person. They looked alike, though, so I apologize. So learn by your mistakes. Thank you.
Oh, okay. In the interest of time, thanks for sharing that, Bruce. So I'm taking away there are no mistakes. Everything is an opportunity for me to see how I'm living. So maybe you want to check and see how you're living. And failure isn't a roadblock, it's a portal to progress. I think that's worth taking away. In the questions that you had, what's your self-care? I do an annual sound bath. I wish it were more than annual, but they are wonderful. It's my greatest gift to myself. And the environment that I consider my sanctuary is my living room. Yesterday, the cardinals were back. Oh, I love to see them. They make me feel very peaceful. So that's what I'm taking away this week. Let's turn our attention to conscious giving. You know, you may send an e-transfer to admin at unityspiritualcenter.com. Checks payable to Unity Spiritual Center. If you're here in the sanctuary, you can give by way of envelope. Whatever you give goes to further the work of our church here. So let's say together, divine love that I am blesses all I give and all I receive. And of course, to keep our YouTube channel going, we ask that you subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and click on the bell for notifications. And next week, you're going to hear how great our stats really are.
I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I thank the universe for each new day, whether it's sunny or it's pouring rain. In any situation, time or place, my grateful heart creates a state of grace. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. The darkness taught me how to praise the light. Wrongness made me hunger for what's right. Now there's not any place where I don't see heaven's blessings pouring down on me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. When Jesus fed the hungry multitude, he did it with a grateful attitude. Although it looked like there was not enough, he thanked his Father for abundant love. Say yeah, oh yeah, say yeah, 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 yeah. I've got it, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. Yeah! Got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I used to cry for deliverance, send desperate pleas to the heavens, but it wasn't until I gave up and got still I could see all the gifts I've been given. Yeah, Now I got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I've got an attitude of gratitude. All right, happy birthday to all our birthday celebrants born in the month of April. Hey, where's the, anyone else in the room? No? All right, okay. My mother's April 25th. Hey, hi, Mom. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Everyone born in the month of April, especially Marcy and my mom. Happy birthday to you. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you. You are wonderful. God is blessing you now.
And don't forget AGM next week, and we serve lunch. And know that we are here to pray with you. So if you have a prayer request, send it to prayer@unityspiritualcenter.com or place it in the prayer box here. And let's say the prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds you. I am the light. The love of God enfolds you. I am the love. The power of God protects you. I am the power. The presence of God watches over you. I am the presence. Wherever you are, God is. Wherever I am, God is. And all is well. And a lovely song by Sue Riley, Dandelion Dreams.
Stop me. People pulling me all directions. Good intentions manifesting with my blessing. My new direction certain through with guessing. This is the way it's gonna be. Life is a flower blooming for me. My dandelion dreams, my dandelion dreams. Waves are crashing, winds are blowing. May not know where I'm going, I am going. This is the way it's gonna be. Life is a flower blooming for me. My dandelion dreams, my dandelion dreams, my dandelion dreams, my dandelion dreams. Sweet as sunshine falling down like rain. Possibilities, you know blossom, I'm tossing the seeds into the wind. After the blossom, I'm tossing the seeds into the wind. I'm setting them free. My dandelion dreams, 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 my dandelion dreams. There you go.
Was anybody else counting 8?
I forgot to count.
So thank you everyone for joining us, and for those of you at home, I so appreciate that you join us every week. I love you. And for those of you here, I love you. And let's go eat birthday cake, okay? And we'll see you next week.